Just wow, my congratulations. Crazy.
You don't watch this in AMC?
Sorry?
Captain Page. Congratulations on the win, mate.
Thank you so much.
I think that is kind of a textbook MVP performance where you go in there, the guy kind of gets lulled into the rhythm, doesn't know how to sort of deal with it, and you kind of win the fight from there.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, no, definitely. For me, like I said, I'm heavily critical on myself. I wanted to bit more output from myself. I'm still happy with the result, obviously, but I just know I could have done more. I just could have done a lot more.
I talked about your opponent getting lulled into the rhythm, right? Do you, when you're in there, feel it as well, where you're like, okay, this guy doesn't really know how to get close to me and deal with it?
Yeah, before even the end of round one, I knew he was never going to do anything to beat me because he was only going to want to strike. It was just still, I feel like I was just still a little bit too hesitant. But straight away, I could feel that he was second guessing a lot of himself. So I knew I was gonna take that fight.
Lovely spinning back kick in round
Thank
one.
you so much.
We're a little upset that we didn't sort of get a bigger reaction.
Yeah, mate, he took it like a champ. Like he ate that like a champ. Like I said, he's a talented fighter.
And speaking of last second blows, is that a triangle I saw at the end of round 3?
Had it even have been 5 more seconds, he would have been out. He fell into that so deep, it was ridiculous. It just literally 5 more seconds, and that would have been a submission win.
I'd like to see the odds on that.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here, right? Obviously, you said, I heard you in the cage saying, you know, that you'd need to get used to the weight. You sort of felt it a little bit in there. But before we get to that, we deal with welterweight. Do you have names in mind at welterweight that you want to fight?
No, nobody in particular. Again, the only one I ever really talk about is Leon Edwards, but that's more so at a specific location. So it's only for the UK, but it's not because of him. I just think the fight would be great for, my fans over in the UK.
For you and your career, right, I think it's safe to say like you're closer to the end than you are the beginning, right? You're becoming a veteran in the game. Are you looking for fights like tonight where stylistically I can make this a fun fight for the audience? Or are you looking stylistically like I want to fight guys that I know are going to test my skills and make me forced to be a better martial artist? Which are you looking for right now?
For example, I'm the kind of person that would move up another weight division and fight someone like Yuri because it's an exciting fight.
The most spins ever.
It would be 2 tornadoes like clashing. So, like I said it from the beginning. Actually, I want to make a lot of noise. So I haven't got the highlight that I wanted just yet. But if I can keep getting some exciting matchups, then why not?
You said you haven't got the highlight yet. Do you feel like there's a difference in the UFC, maybe in terms of competitiveness again, or like skill level in the opponents or something like that you haven't got that finish, or has it just been the matchups haven't offered you the chance?
I actually think, and I didn't think this at the beginning, but I'm starting to think it a bit more now. I'm still, there is an effect of being in the UFC, the magnitude of UFC brand, the event. I think that's what's kind of still weighing on me a little bit, and it's making me a little bit more hesitant. Whereas, before when I was at Bellator, there was no hesitation. I was in there, I was very sure of myself, but I don't know if it's I'm wanting it too much, or I'm second guessing myself. I don't know what it is, but there is definitely a UFC effect. But the more comfortable I get, the more you're going to see the old MVP.
We had a Taker remix for your first one, a lovely remix against Knight. I wonder if you want to shout out the guy who creates it and give it.
Yes. This is my brother-in-law, Chris Cooper. We did like a Pirates of the Caribbean kind of spin, and again, you know me, I love to entertain, I love to make things fun. Just go and check out the track.
I popped hard for I'm the captain now.
Майкл, поздравляю с победой. Шара считался до боя с тобой одним из самых грозных ударников в среднем весе, но, судя по всему, по тебе он особо попасть не успел. Все-таки как ты оценишь его удары?
Before the fight with you, Shara was considered to be one of the most fierce strikers in the division, but for you, he barely even touched you. So how would you rate his striking in general?
He's still an exceptional striker. There's nothing, I will never take that away from him. The reason why people felt like that is because of what they see, what he does in the cage. He is an exceptional fighter, but the reason I called him out is because for me, with my experience, years and years of experience, I've seen that style before and I knew what I could do with that style, which is why he didn't look as impressive today. Does it take anything away from him? No, I would never say that guy's not a good fighter. He's amazing.
Я все считаю, что он очень хороший ударник. И почему он людям нравится? Потому что то, что он делает, для людей это достаточно необычно и очень интересно. Но когда я увидел его стиль, я знал, что я могу сделать с этим стилем. То есть я со всем моим опытом, я много раз видел такой стиль, и поэтому знал, что с ним сделать. То есть я не думаю, что это ничего от него отнимает или делает его хуже. Просто для меня он был достаточно удобным.
Ты сегодня был единственным бойцом в карде, кто выходил без флага в инфографике. Можешь рассказать, почему?
You were the only fighter today on the entire card that did not have a little flag next to your name when you were coming out on the screen. Why?
I feel like everyone's always trying to find their group, and it all it does for me is it builds more separation. We're one race, human race, and I live by that. Though I don't care where you come from, what job you do. You could be a king, you could be a pauper. I will show you the same respect. I don't care where. It's for me just constant labels that are attached to people. I just don't like.
Мне кажется, что все пытаются найти свою группу, какую-то такую, какое-то, я не знаю, племя свое, так сказать, и это только разъединяет людей больше, чем их соединяет. Мы все одинаковые, мы все одна нация, мы все одни люди. Мне не важно, ты король или ты нищий. Мне кажется, что ко всем нужно обращаться одинаково.
И последнее от меня. Вот мне кажется, сейчас у всех в объективах засвет от твоего перстня. Можешь немножко рассказать про него, сколько он стоит и кто подарил или сам купил, не знаю.
And the last thing for me is that pretty much everyone's cameras right now are getting blinded by that ring. If you could tell us a little more about what it is, how much it costs, and what's it about.
I was fortunate because I knew I was going to be kind of playing on the fact that he calls himself the pirate. This is the treasure right here, and I had these guys, they're called One of One, and it's literally a one-off piece. They made it specifically for me, real diamonds, everything. They, to be fair, they were just happy to gift it to me and kind of wish me well on my fight, and this is why I knew I was gonna go out there and bring back the treasure.
Это такая игра, потому что я знал, что я выхожу в клетку против пирата, и поэтому есть такие ребята, которые со мной связались, они мне сделали это действительно один из одного, такого другого перстня нет, настоящий рубиный, и они мне его подарили, то есть я не спрашивал, сколько он стоит. Для меня было важно, потому что я знал, что я сегодня выйду и покорю пирата, поэтому это для меня мое сокровище.
Thanks, congrats.
Thank you.
Over here. Michael, today Shara have a big fan base, obviously, but you managed to make it like a 50-50 fan base. How is that?
You know what? I feel like over the years, and for what I've done, I feel like people just give me that respect, which is nice. It's nice to kind of come to a place where I knew it was going to be more in his favor, but as you say, there was a lot of support here for me, and that's what I said. I just felt really, really welcomed, and I feel like it's been the same since coming to the UFC. I think a lot of the staff members here, they're amazing, but a lot of them have watched me before, so there was a level of respect, I feel, and it just made it seamless. It feels like I've known them for many, many years.
Did you notice that Cristiano Ronaldo was octagon side?
I actually didn't see him, but he was definitely in the wrong corner. So he needs to come back to me, the Man United supporter, by the way. So yeah, next time he might make a better decision.
How do you think Amorim doing now?
It's difficult. Man United and you know what, see, Ronaldo talks of it himself. He even spoke briefly about if he was to, be in charge of the club, he would know exactly where he would make new decisions. So I feel like he's talking about situation above the manager's head. So right now, all he can really do is try to make that work, as the team that he's got in front of him work as much as he can, but also, I'm going to give him to the next window to find new players and bring them in and see if he can kind of recreate the team in his own image. You got to give him that chance, but for right now, he just needs to make sure we don't get relegated.
And I just want to tell you that we appreciate fighters like you. The fight style you made is just absolutely magnificent.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Any more, guys? Good? Thank you.
Thank you so much.